Hey, good morning. It's Mitch Dangermont here with Team ODZ, getting ready to start the coffee ride for today in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Just let me finish up with my technology and get the riders all set with what our expectations are for them today, which is that we're going to do 3 laps on the Watopia Hilly course. We're going to do 2 of those laps at 0.2 watts per kilogram, then we're going to have a race lap. So I need all the riders to stay close to me today, to not go ahead of the beacon. Final lap is called the Espresso lap, and you must be behind the leader and the start of that lap, or you will be disqualified. Okay, Andy, I'm only doing the first 2 laps, and I'm sitting out the 3rd lap actually today. Then I'm actually going to physical therapy after that. Then on with my day. Hey, Yerky, hello. Get on Discord.
Hey guys, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Ify, how are you?
I'm good. Looking at that hot day over here, so trying to get settle in for that.
Oh, hilly course today.
Right. How that goes. Hey, Techie Kev, good morning. Get ready to start here. 7 seconds. Got a good turnout. About 50 riders, that's pretty good.
Really good for summer.
Better actually pedal. See how this first hill goes. Thank you, Fee. Probably expecting us to turn left there.
I'll try to set a good example.
I appreciate it. It's gonna be tough. I don't think I intended for this to be hilly, and I looked at it yesterday and saw it was hilly, and I just didn't feel like changing. I thought a little variety would be good. We can try this out. But when we started doing coffee rides with ODZ, we were doing hilly.
Yeah, we were doing it always, and it worked.
Yep, that's what I thought. Andy, how do your legs feel? What's your cycling been this week? Oh, somebody already crossed the line on the climb here. Shaking my head.
Morning, guys.
Hey, good morning. How are you today?
Yeah, good, thanks.
All right.
Had a couple of weeks off the bike, so feeling like I need to get back on it.
Always good.
Holidays are not good for cycle training.
Yeah, that's for sure. Thanks, Pete. Yeah, that was Mad Mitch a second ago when I had riders crossing the line way too early on the top of this. Supposed to be riding as a group, 2 laps. Invariably, we have folks that want to ride way off the front. I get it's a language issue, but I think at some point you realize you're the only one doing it. Hey, Chris, good morning. I haven't even looked at my TSB because my fitness has been so screwed up, Andy, with my injury. Thanks, Chris. Your legs will be better tomorrow, Andy.
What's your W per kg target, leader?
2.2. The first 2 laps, and then after that we'll have a race for you.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Yep. It looks like we got a good group here together. Time for a little tunes. To pick up these 3 on this descent here.
Okay.
It reminds me a bit of lunch ride with some colleagues yesterday. You have people off the front and people off the back, and then a ride leader in the middle trying to keep things together. It's just an impossible task.
Andy, I'm not sure. I should, because I think my listed FTP of 243 is a little low right now, but we'll see. I did that SST sprint workout on Monday. That was absolute bear. But Jason thought from that should, in my ride on Saturday, that should be in a good spot. We'll see.
They've got your FTP, Mitch, at 243?
I think so, yeah.
Well, it's interesting. Mine, I never did a test, but Zwift sort of calculated, you know, based on an average for me, you know,
Yep.
as it does.
Yeah.
And I'm 249 and have been for quite a while, but no way can I keep up with you on the Espresso lap.
Huh. What's your weight?
Oh, that's pretty high. I'm up like around 230.
Yeah, that's the, especially on like a flatter course. Actually, you know, on a flatter course, well, the power is about the same, but maybe the weight does override there, because I'm around like 156, or I don't know what 70 kilograms translates to, 154 or something like that.
Okay, gotcha. So given the same power, weight would play a major factor on actual speed.
I think so. I mean, if you've got like a big discrepancy in power and weight, on a flat course, power will certainly override it. I'm just not sure when the numbers are similar, how much weight comes into play on a flat course. It shouldn't be that much, but you start adding in undulations or rolling hills, it should be a big factor.
Yeah, it's a huge factor, man. It's the major factor. So
Pete Donahue is chiming in here. He says watts per kilogram FTP is more relative than the actual number in Zwift. He's
Okay, gotcha.
so my watts per kilogram FTP is like 3.5 or something like that. Where yours?
I would disagree to that because Zwift is mostly flat, so it's your absolute power that counts.
Pete, what do you say to that?
Because it's got to be like less than 5% difference between a heavy rider and a low weight rider on the flat. I know this because I always get dropped on the flats.
You know what, though? It's good to know. It actually gives me some motivation. I'm not outclassed in terms of power necessarily, but some more added motivation to lose weight.
But I mean, when you're talking about catching up, it's a lot about strategy. So understanding the dynamics of a race, when to stay behind and when to kick it. I mean, what normally happens is that people ride away on the hills. And there you're certainly handicapped with your weight, so it's probably what happens.
Yeah, that's definitely the separator, or the hills. Not the downhills, though.
No.
Well, I mean, that mimics real life, too. So yesterday I went for a ride with my 7-year-old. Anytime, I mean, granted my bike is nicer than hers, but anytime you hit a downhill, my weight, I mean, I just take off, right?
But there's something called bikecalculator.com, and of course it's all theory, but if you believe in it, it's fun to play with the numbers, so you can try to change your weight and see how faster you will go with the same power and this kind of thing on a real profile.
I played on that website for hours. It's a fun website.
what's it called?
Bikecalculator.com.
Okay.
So you can type in, you know, you're riding on your hoods and your drops on aero bars, your weight, wind, temperature, your power, distance, gradient, and we'll figure out your speed and your time.
I'm guessing that the Swiss algorithm is very close to the bike calculator one, so there you can learn a lot about changing things like weight and FTP.
Now, and Andy puts out a comment here, which is actually correct, because I've seen this time and time again. Lighter riders always need to put out more watts per kilogram, a heavier or stronger rider. Even on a climb, unless I guess maybe it's going up to the tower, I don't know. But on any of the climbs on Zwift, I've done this, I've used a bot, checked it. 4 watts rules. So if you're a heavier rider than me, if we're both doing 3.5 up a climb, the heavier rider is going to go up faster.
You have to go to about 8 to 9% incline before you can really say that the same watts per kilo is going to give the same speed. So it's quite a steep incline before the aero dynamics kicks out.
I'm loving all the dialogue this morning. This is great.
It's good stuff.
Seems to work for Frumi.
Definitely.
Four guys in the front, stage 6. Fair incline. Definitely helped him.
But Froome is also good as a time trialist, and that is really impressive with his figure, in my opinion.
Yeah, totally. No, he's great.
All right, so why are all these people a minute ahead of me?
They're losing out, dude. Guys, technical question relating to the Discord app.
All right, go for it. I may or may not be able to help you.
The push to talk, can you activate this from your iPhone headphones? Or do you need to have the phone in your hand the whole time?
I think you can. It's been a long time since I used those headphones and push to talk. Why don't you try it and we'll see.
Tends to activate Siri.
Oh, that's always a problem.
Siri doesn't know much about watts per kilo.
You should learn. So Pete Donahue chimed in. He says you need to touch the phone. That's what he's found. So he's saying no headphones. You got to use the phone. Probably the the touchpad on the screen, right? Push to talk.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It works fine using that. But
You know, if you get your gates right, it should work fine. But
I'll need to get a mount.
I hope to see a really good espresso lap today, given the hilly course. Should be fun. Could be over in the first quarter of the lap, though.
Yeah, but it's nasty. You have to go alone then if you take off.
True. Got to pull a Lilian Calmajon or a Warren Barguil, huh? What's today's stage look like? Another stage for the sprinters, or?
No. It's a mountain. There's 4 or 3 big climbs. Well, 4 in Syria. So it's the Croix de Fer and Galibier.
Okay, any HC climbs, or?
Yeah, Galibier is an HC climb. I think Croix de Fer also. So 2 of them. But then it's a long downhill, so it's not going to be like goal on the top. But I think it could be very interesting today. Makes me a bit annoyed. 2 years ago I was down there and I couldn't ride the Galibier because there was a tunnel that crashed in. So otherwise I would have done all 3 of them.
So Pete Donahue weighs in. It's the best stage of the tour. Andy Jenner, Luke, he says that's watts per kilogram is one of the unfortunate consequences of Zwift racing.
Otherwise, the stage tomorrow is also interesting. It ends on the top of Isoart, so that's going to be a really tough one for the contenders.
I ended up with Quintana again in my fantasy Tour de France game this year, and I'm going to go with him one more time next year. Third time will be the charm. But what a disappointment this year.
Such a nice guy, though.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I ended up with the rest of the team was pretty good, except for them kicking Sagan out. That really screwed me over.
What's the thoughts on Sagan's departure?
I think when you actually look at the video and you do it frame by frame, which I know they didn't have that live, but they could have done it before they made a decision, it's pretty clear that what they think he did, he didn't do. I admit he might not have ridden his line and he might have cut off, it was Cavendish, right? But I don't think that warranted him being disqualified.
He is a little bit of a chancer, though. I don't know whether they just wanted to give him a final warning.
I think they wanted to make a general example. I mean, it's a pity it hits Sagan, but I actually agree to at least put some responsibilities on the sprinter when they sprint, because it was going wild.
No, I agree with you. I just, then you have a guy actually takes a swing at somebody, and he gets a 1 minute penalty or something.
And I totally agree that Sagan didn't do it on purpose, whatever he did, if he did anything.
Yeah, I mean, lots of people tune in just for Sagan. He's awesome, and I think that was probably a mistake, actually, overall. But I understand why they did it.
For me, the sprinters are just a sidekick. It has nothing to do with Tour de France in my mind.
I like him. I like the sprinters. It's more risk, less calculation.
That's true.
Americans like the sprinters because they're like NASCAR drivers.
But they're surrounded by some metal.
You look at the history of sprinters and who the Americans love. Cipollini, Zabel, all those guys. Flamboyant and brash, and they go balls to the wall.
Yeah, sure, I like them too. Especially Cipollini. He just came for a week, took like four stages and then went home.
Okay, you're distracting me. When does the sprint kick in?
Talking today, so on the beginning of the third lap, we'll have one lap all out, or whatever you feel like, but guys looking to win will be riding all out. So the rule is you got to start behind me to have a fair start. If you're ahead of me, I disqualify you, and that's really the only rule. You can ride whatever bike you want, you can do whatever you want with power-ups, you just have to be behind me at the start, the third lap.
So your FTP is the same. It was the same as mine was about 3 weeks ago.
Yours went up?
Well, I haven't ridden for 3 weeks. I've been on holiday. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
it'll have gone down. But what did you say your weight was? What's your weight?
70 kilos.
You're gonna ditch me. Well,
I'm not riding. I'm not riding the Espresso today because I'm gonna do a live streamed FTP test tomorrow morning.
Okay.
But I'm very close to Mitch, like 250 watts and 67 kilos, so you can use me.
Okay, what's your avatar name?
My FTP is 250 and I weigh 67 kilos.
That's Uffe Lindhart.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
Danish flag.
ATAP novice.
Pete Donnie.
Okay, I have a tendency. to get dropped on the last one third or something. So, I mean, if you follow me, you should definitely overtake at the end.
No, this is just a return to cycling for me. I'll try and stick with you. If you drop me, that's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to race it full out to my best of my ability, but it's normally not enough.
Hey Pete, are you doing your tower repeats on the bike, or are you running? That Ian Murray would want to know. Pete is riding, he is not running. Andy Jenner is bitching about the UCI jury, which I would agree with. Because the rules are limiting them, but strong disagreement on this on EQ.
Yeah, I also say if they were given a chance to review it, they would probably not make the same decision, I think, with all this reaction to it.
So who's the favourite for the Espresso today then?
No, I haven't had a good shot here at the riders. Did see Booker. He'll go out hard. Pro 4, he'll do well. I don't think Robert Lyons showed up today, so you don't have that worry about you.
Yeah, I'm thinking Pro 4 maybe is the strongest, but we'll see.
Natsume might do well as well. He's always strong, and he's here today.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to take Inatsumi. That's my right.
I mean, this is all assuming that Jyrki is not racing, because otherwise I have another suggestion.
That's true. Oh, Kev Stevens said I was supposed to say him. And Annie Jenner says, Booker for the win.
That early hill makes it tough for the big guys.
Catch up on the downhill. Oh, Kev is saying I was supposed to say that I was going to win the Espresso lap. Yeah, that's never going to happen, Kev.
I was expecting you to say how strongly I'd ridden my warm-up, and that you could see potential.
Yeah.
Inducing false hope is always a good strategy.
So I used the new Wahoo updated their live tracking on their Element and Bolt. I shared my live tracking with the ODZ leaders last night. Riding with my daughter, it was a riveting ride at about 10 kilos an hour. Average watts 35 maybe. In about 40 minutes. It was an awesome ride.
How long was the lap? Is it
Just
4K?
just one lap, so it's gonna be less than 15 minutes, I think. Maybe about 6K, I think.
So is somebody going for it? What percentage FTP would they need to do?
I'm gonna say you're gonna need to put out about 110% of your FTP.
Okay, I'll get my coat.
That's what I'm guessing.
But it's more about tactics, applying the power at the right time.
Yep, I agree with you.
Okay, okay. Stay with the big guy.
Don't panic on the first hill. You're going to be dropped there by some. So, and then catch up on the downhill. It's going to be difficult, but it's going to be more difficult for the people who escape on the first hill because they're going to be alone most likely.
Okay. Okay, my phone's going in my pocket, so I'll catch you after the race.
Yep. Good luck.
All right, Russell F is on, guys. Go. All right, so the guys are off. I'm done riding. We're relying on Zwift Power to make sure that the results are correct today. Unless someone wants to send me a screenshot of the results, that'd be great. Let's zoom up here to the front. Astro, Demarche. We got Ufe, Pro 4, and we got my rider Inatsumi, but of course we've got Bucher leading the front at the start of the lap. We know that's going to happen. That's his MO. He has company today, though. We got A-Foil and Bucher at the front. That's Attic Foil. We got Dave Bonato, Young Yi Fan, Yakahiro Natsume, Ian Monroe, Pro 4. We got Scott Gillum, Frank Castro, Vincor, Pulverenti, and Ufe, and then Demarche. Got a lot of riders right now on this climb. Did have a handful of DQs that are recorded via photo. So decent numbers here. No one's killing themselves on this climb right now, recognizing they've got a lap to go here. Got three riders here. We've got Y Fan, Ian Monroe, and Takahiro Natsume. Trying to pull away a little bit from this group. Excuse me for the yawn. Yeah, Luke, this race is every week at Wednesdays at 5:30 Eastern Time. You can see from the aerial here, we've got a good number of riders still staying somewhat close on this hill. See if they regroup any once they get across the top. I like that kit that Natsumi's wearing. We come across the climb, looks like my fan is going to take this at the top. Gets the points. We're giving them out. The three of them begin the little bit of a slight downhill here, and then we'll get to the real descent. Got about 3 seconds on the rest of the group. That first climb did kind of shatter the group here in total. Everyone's real spread out right now. 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 16, 17, 29, 33, 42, lots of gaps. Looks like our leader and our winner will come from this three here. I suspect we'll see real changes when we get to the Italian village and we hit the climb into the S's, and that's where this race will be won. Booker, Andy Jenner is chiding you right now, saying that you're doing as well as his picks and Bello games. I think he wants you to work a little harder.
That's nice of him.
Andy's always good for a laugh. You know, it'd be fun if it was like Hunger Games, and right now I could throw like catastrophes at these riders at the front, like a flat or a big gust of wind or a car coming at them. All respectable numbers here at the front. Campanato is trying to hang on there. I think he'd love to find a way to bridge this 8 seconds. Not sure if the physics formulas in the game engine are going to allow that. Never calling you a joke, Andy. Comedian. But my money is still on Inatsumi. I don't think anyone picked Attic Foil. And I don't think anyone had Young Yi Fan either. Should really be paying attention to who's doing the least amount of work here. Who's sitting in, who's letting the game engine and the drafting help them out. Yeah, Bonato's made up a second. That's interesting, Andy. He says Attic Foil isn't showing up on Swift Power. Maybe when I rescan it at the end, he'll pop up. Andy, you doing anything special tomorrow to prep for the FTP test? Any nutrition secrets? Hey, Natsumi is making a push here, making Y-Fan work a little bit harder, and Attic Foil is dropped off a second here. And Bonato has closed that gap. He's only 4 seconds back now. Now it's Fan's turn to make a push. Natsumi responds. And poor Bonato is back there just struggling and working to try to close this gap and get on this train here. And it drops back to an 8-second, 9-second. I think he may have been done there. I think that push was too much. Foil's 3 seconds back now. Fan makes another push. Natsumi responds. Yeah, Andy, I usually do my rides fast at 2, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do since I've 7 o'clock here, so I don't think I'm getting up too early just to eat for an FTP test. I've got an old gel sitting here. I don't know what the expiration date is on it. Only expired by 2 years. The verdict on that 2-year-old gel. Good, bad?
Save it for the FTP test.
I mean, you know, theoretically for that workout, you really shouldn't need any nutrition before. You should be. Alright, so Foil's only 2 seconds back now. He's closed it a little bit here. Fan and Natsume are just through the sprint at the sprint banner. About ready to hit that climb into the S's. Natsumi makes a push on this climb here. Both of them out of the saddle, both working hard on this climb. Foil drops back a few more seconds. Hard to tell, but Natsumi may be pulling away slightly from Fan right now. Fan makes a hard push here to try to make one more move to get on his wheel. Maybe make a pass on him. Fan does pass him. Get a little fun going for all the riders. These two are still neck and neck as they come through the S's. We might get to see a fun sprint here at the end. It will lap me here at some point, as you see that I am now last on the leaderboard. Keep trading places here. It is early here.
Yeah, I just realized today's probably the only day I'm coming in ahead of you.
All right.
I got that going for me.
They go through the rock tunnel. They're on their way to the finish line now. Still neck and neck. Fan's coasting a bit here. Natsumi, I think they're both getting ready for this sprint. Andy Jenner points out that their FTPs are very similar, but Fan may be just a little heavier, and Natsumi shows a little bit better 15-second power. So I think Andy's trying to handicap this and suggest that this is Natsumi's to lose. Here we go. We hit the sprint. Natsumi makes the first surge. Fan struggles to keep up, and it looks like this is over when it started. Inatsumi having no mercy here. Passes first. Wins the race. Jerseys switch from polka dot to orange in a flash. And that is today's race. Inatsumi comes in first. Good racing by all today. We still got riders out on the course. MC Pro 4, the Bookers coming across, Castro. We got Yerky out on the course. Watching riders here come towards the finish along the beach. Ufe makes a hard push. He's up to 8.1, 7.4. Passes Castro. Vincor pushes. 3 of them going towards the line here. Pulverente takes that sprint. Marche comes across the line. This Team EN comes across the line. Doddridge, Arching, Operthwaite. So what's the verdict? Did everyone like the shorter hilly course today?
That's great for a change.
A little bit easier espresso lap, not so long.
That's never easy.
That's right, just shorter, right?
Shorter, higher intensity.
All right, guys, so tomorrow morning, Team ODZ is doing a live streamed FTP test. We've advertised it. Anyone's welcome to join in at 7 o'clock Eastern. We're going to meet at the line. I think it's a Richmond course tomorrow. And we're weight doping onto my weight, so go to teamodz.com to figure out how to do that, or click on the event in Facebook and it will give you a link to do that. But at least 3 of us, Ian Murray, Andy Jenner, and myself, are going to be doing an FTP test, and Jason Flores is going to be commentating and pushing us along. So it should be a, I don't know what the hell we're thinking moment, but it should be fun. So I look forward to having everyone join us tomorrow morning. It'll be on Facebook, I believe, and all the other places we stream. So it should be a lot of fun. So please come out, do the FTP test if you want, or at least watch and share your comments as we go through that suffering. Thank you, guys.